I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to do another video just kind of generally talking about 2021 and what an incredible year it was. And, you know, honestly, 2020 and 2021 were just crazy years for a bunch of reasons. But I wanted to focus on the positives, especially with 2021, and just kind of, I don't know, go back over everything that's gone on in this year. And I mentioned it in that last video as well. It's crazy to me that this year is all but over. Making this video on the 29th, the intention is to release it, I guess, later in the day on the 30th. I don't know how I'm going to release these videos yet. That's why I didn't say much other than in the last video, because I don't know when this video is actually going to come out. But just, I guess we can start at 300k itself, and I wanted to thank you guys so much once again for that incredible milestone for this community. I don't know that there's a whole lot more to say beyond what I mentioned in the last video, because that one was kind of more focused on that particular number. But what I will say is that every year there's a kind of goal that I set, and I don't usually make it very public. It's not a big thing where, you know, I want to try to rally people behind that number. I'm not trying to, like, gain subscribers from saying a particular number. It's just kind of a thing in my head, and just sort of I see what happens. And usually it gets to like halfway through the year and it just doesn't look like it's gonna happen, and then every time without fail this community ends up just exceeding my expectations. And here we are at 300k in a year in which that was the number that I hoped to reach, but I really didn't think it was going to be possible. And I just wanted to thank you guys all so much once again for getting the channel to that point and really allowing all the things that I'm going to mention that have happened in 2021 to happen. And I should also say, before I move on too much, we're red deer grinding because that's, I guess, the one thing that hasn't happened in 2021 is a Great One red deer. Maybe by the end of this video, who knows what's actually going to happen there. But I have to start, minus the 300k, with what has probably been the most important part of this entire year, and that was, of course, meeting Kyla. And a lot of you guys know her from the streams, from the comments, possibly from the turkey hunting video that we did together back in the spring. There are going to be some deer hunting videos from this fall that will eventually drop. I've talked about that. I think I'll leave that for maybe a separate video as for when those videos are going to drop. Long story short, there is some stuff that we're working on with potentially like a TV network, and those videos will drop after they hopefully air on TV. Like I said, I'll leave it at that and maybe explain it in greater detail in a future video. But I mean, that was from a moderator on streams for a couple of years to meeting her and, you know, hunting together and all that, and that actually leads into a whole lot of stuff going forward. It's just been incredible, and I could not be more thankful to her for coming along and being a part of this journey every step of the way. And quite honestly, finding the house, which is the next part of this, finding the house that that we currently live in, that we're currently in right now as I'm sitting here talking about all this. I was looking for a house, like I was at that point, which it's incredible. And, you know, that's why I wanted to make this video so you guys can just understand what YouTube and Twitch and making content in general means to me. Like, it genuinely has allowed me to reach this point. I would not be here, plain and simple, without it. So yeah, like, I was looking for a house, I was at that point, and Kyla ended up finding this one, which I really liked. We'll get into more about what that led to in just a moment, but it's just like a perfect little place. It's got room to hunt on and to roam around on, hopefully room to have a dog in the very near future. I'd love to make a video hopefully on that whenever that may happen. That's probably going to be a 2022 thing. But what this house led to was the buck that I shot about 3 weeks ago. It'll be 3 weeks ago today, actually. Go figure. And if you guys haven't seen that, I don't know. I'll talk to TK again. This goes back to the TV stuff. I assume I can post the image on screen here. If I've done it, then I guess I can, because I've shared it on social media. But it was on Instagram. I actually put it on the YouTube community tab, so surely I can have it in the video as well. That was here at the new house, and I mean, it was just beyond my wildest dreams as far as a PA whitetail, and for it to be at the new place. It was the first deer that I shot on this property, the first deer I've ever shot on land that I owned. That was, I mean, 2021, for so many reasons, but especially for that one, is going to be a year that I'll retell stories about literally forever. I mean, it was so incredible. I can't wait to tell that story through the lens of the camera and through, you know, television screens and hopefully computer screens, mobile screens, all that kind of stuff. It was just insane. And not only was I able to harvest that buck, Kyla was able to get her first deer as well. She got a doe. There is still some season left. In fact, the reason that I'm recording this on the 29th is that I want to get it done and hopefully get out for PA's late season, even today, the 30th. So that is going to be the plan, and we may still have more deer to add to this tally before it's all said and done for this license year. And I would be remiss, I know this kind of goes on to a lighter note, but if I didn't mention the super rare piebald diamond gray fox that we got over on Mississippi, because it was the only super rare that we had in 2021. I mentioned we did not get a great one. The great one whitetail was actually back in 2020, which blows my mind. That was a year and a half ago. Time really does fly. But yeah, just, you know, I mentioned it at the time. I think going back to 2018, we've had at least one super rare every year. And, you know, I kind of thought about it. We had a winter diamond gray wolf here off of Quattro that really doesn't qualify as a super rare. It's close, but that's kind of like an uncommon rare. And as the days kind of started to, you know, you could almost have a countdown to the end of the year, it just kind of simply felt like it wasn't going to happen. And it wasn't like that was a thing that I was setting out to do necessarily. I just thought it was a kind of neat streak to have going and to ultimately continue by getting that. So that was cool. Looking forward to having that in the end of the year montage. And I don't know when I'll do it, but I want to do like a top 5 super rares video, so that guy no doubt will make that. But speaking of not being able to harvest a great one, that was something else Kyla was able to do, and it was literally the night before we left for Georgia for holiday travels. She was able to get her great one. It was quite a surreal thing to be basically, you know, packed and ready to go. I was working on the last of my prep work, and she was able to get that. Lots of, you know, Call the Wild achievements happen throughout the year, whether it's, you know, a diamond milestone. I guess we would have hit 800 diamonds during this year. I actually don't know. We're at 842, so yeah, we would have crossed 800. We may have hit 700 during 2021. Like, those are numbers that I don't pay attention to. But it is those, you know, special kills that you remember, whether it's a great one, a super rare. If I really thought about it, I could go back and think of, you know, kind of maybe special diamonds or rares that I would remember more and would consider like a more special achievement for the entire year. But those, no doubt, top the list. And I think as far as, you know, major things, I made some notes to try to remember. Those are the ones that I wanted to, you know, mention and think back on. And again, the ultimate point, you know, in listing all those off wasn't just to make a list of like accomplishments or achievements or whatever. It really was because I want you guys to know what an impact you have on my life by, you know, watching the videos, watching the streams, commenting, likes, you know, all the support and stuff. I really appreciate you guys, and I do not want that to go, you know, unnoticed. I want you guys to understand that, you know, it really is a massive impact, and you probably hear it across like a bunch of, you know, different YouTubers, because there's always so much to be grateful for, and I know that I'm not the only one. I'm not alone in that. But yeah, it's real. Like, that was the reason that I wanted to make this video. Because it can, I think, get lost. Because it does happen often as far as, like, thank you videos or, you know, thank you for X number of subscribers, that kind of thing. Those videos are bound to happen often across a year, you know, over the entire platform or whatever metric you want to use. That is something that you'll see a lot, so I just wanted to, you know, kind of put something to it to, I don't know, to make it feel a little more real, and I really wanted you guys to know that I appreciate it. And I will say as well, as we're getting ready to wrap up here, one of the reasons that I wanted to Red Deer grind, obviously, there would have been a chance of a great one during this, that would have been insane, but the main thing was, I had a Diamond Red Deer the other night, and I recorded it, and I was gonna use it for a video, and then I realized I didn't have any more videos planned for 2021. By the way, there's wolves chasing us, but I think that's fine. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and include that Diamond Red Deer in this video. This is, I think, going to be the last video that's not a Trophy Lodge tour or the montage. So, you know, it kind of gives it a reason to be in that montage. Not in the Trophy Lodge tour, he's not quite big enough to make that. But I am very excited to do those last two videos. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to making those, and then that's going to be it for this year. That is just, I still can't wrap my head around it. Maybe it's just been, what a crazy year that we've had. Maybe it's the fact that so much has gone on, there's been so much change. I don't know exactly why I'm struggling so much to wrap my head around that, but it still doesn't even feel like, you know, the year is coming to an end. But anyway, I think that is pretty much going to do it for this video. I don't know how to properly end a video like this because it's not one that we do very often, but I just want to, again, say thank you to you guys for literally everything, because I don't know how many times I've said this, but without you guys, I would just be, you know, sitting here talking to a video game, making lame jokes. But anyway, that is officially going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.